In this video, I want to talk about iteration and feedback loops with ChatGPT. And again, it's not going to be a video where I go into ChatGPT and give a bunch of random examples. It's enough to just talk about it and understand some more things about how the AI works and how iteration really helps you with improving your results. Because there are so much different data points and things that the AI tries to do at the same time, it oftentimes misses details. For example, when I tried to recreate that ad in the reverse prompt engineering video, it was obvious that there could have been much more details given to the ad with the three sentence structures and with the call to action link and all that stuff. But it misses it because it doesn't think it's relevant. So for you, some small details might be very relevant while the ChatGPT AI doesn't think they are relevant. So you need to highlight them. You need to make a note. You need to adjust the responses that you get. So if I write a Facebook ad with ChatGPT, sometimes I have like 5-10 feedback loops and iterations where I give it more precise ideas and prompts to tailor its output exactly to the way I imagine it. Again, having a clear vision is very important because of this. I made a whole video about that. If you want to train ChatGPT onto a specific style, for example, writing Facebook ad headlines, which are fairly short, 5 to 12 word headlines, and it gives you 10 examples. What you can do is you rate each one of them on a scale of 1 to 10, and you do that by posting them to ChatGPT and showing and telling him, hey, these were the 10 headlines you just wrote. I gave each one a rating of 0 or 1 to 10. I like the ones with 10 the best. Craft me more, which are similar to the 10s, and leave out all the other stuff that you did to come up with the ones that I didn't like. So you have this rating. And also another thing, and this is perhaps the easiest way to just improve your results. If you created a whole landing page, just the fact that you created the whole page in one ChatGPT conversation makes the whole priming and all the internal iterative feedback loops that you've given it in this one primed conversation, it makes the whole thing so much more intelligent that I always go back to the first task. For example, if I started with the first section in the conversation, after I've gone through all the other sections, I go back to the first section and I tell them again, hey, rewrite me the first section. Now that you have so much more information of every other stuff that I liked or that I didn't like, now take all that into consideration and recreate the first thing. Or if you have the job to create 10 different ads and you start with the first, it's kind of messy. You have a lot of iterations loops. Then over time, it gets better. When you reach the 10th ad format, all that information is held in the same priming. So you go back to the first ad and you tell them, hey, rewrite the first ad now that you have so much more very detailed and precise feedback and input from what specific style and tone I like the most. And I see that this is mainly a style tone briefing thing because enough context, enough information, data input should already always be existing in that conversation through the first initial briefing template. And so what you basically adjust is you adjust the style tone input to get an output more suited to exactly the style that you want. Or if you have a very specific writing style and you want ChatGPT to adjust, to adopt that for writing Twitter posts for you or LinkedIn posts or crafting YouTube videos, giving it your specific style through examples, through feedback ideas, through iterations. Let's basically ChatGPT adopt and embody your style, and then you can really use it to just come up with amazing stuff exactly in the way how you would do it, or how another famous person or Elon Musk or someone else would do it, which is really nice. Also, if you have different whole projects, ongoing projects, like one ongoing project that we have is writing Twitter posts for my personal brand. or coming up with new masterclasses or new videos or new posts or new example business analysis ideas or new products or new coaching or new ways to generate more leads for our consulting business or any of that. Try to separate them, like each different project, into different sub-conversations, because each conversation has its own learning phase. And then you can dedicate a whole learning phase, just like the Facebook algorithm works. You can dedicate a whole learning phase towards just mastering Twitter and feeding all the things that work on Twitter back and creating this amazing feedback loop that sparks this whole priming optimization. On the other hand, you have one that's just dedicated for improving your Facebook ads. And all the Facebook ads that were good, have good CTRs, good outbound CTRs, cheap click costs, and high conversion rates. You feed them back to ChatGPT, you rate them. This is a 10 out of 10 ad. This was great. This didn't perform well. This didn't perform well. Make more of the things that work great and do less of what didn't work. And also sometimes what helps a lot, especially with split testing, is to tell ChatGPT, hey, write an ad that is very different to this one, which is very different in style or tone. Or you tell them as an example, alternative option, write an ad or a mail or a landing page or whatever that is not written by an AI, or that looks like it's not written by an AI, or that is undetectable by AI text detectors. And then it adopts, again, a very specific style for that. Also, playing around with the temperature settings is another whole topic. I'm not sure if I want to make a whole video about it, but temperature is basically the creativity and randomness that ChatGPT uses to come up with its answers. And you could say that when I tell ChatGPT, hey, write 3 Facebook ads or 3 TikTok video scripts or whatever, that is at a medium temperature, and the temperatures range from 0 to 1. So a medium temperature would be 0.5. And if you go lower, the answers become more conservative and basically normal, some things where you can't really go wrong with it. The more higher temperatures, like 0.7, 8, and 9, or even 1.0, it's getting very creative. So if you want to run a really good split test between 2 different ads, then you let one ad be written on 0.2 temperature and the other on 0.9, and you get extremely different results, which makes it very great for figuring out different tones and styles and giving, again, feedback on what you like and what you didn't like. And then again, you can use task deconstruction, even just for one Facebook ad, which might be like 100, 200 words. There are different parts. There's the hook, there's the pain pleasure, or there's the bullet point section, there's a call to action section within that Facebook ad. And you deconstruct it and you let it come up with different ideas, different versions to basically craft that perfect ad. Because crafting the perfect thing in the end is very important, especially for, a headline. It can be just one headline that skyrockets your business to the moon on Facebook ads, or the perfect page that sets such a psychologically well-crafted emotion in the customer that it makes all the revenue. Or we had business cases where just one video was responsible for 5, 7, sometimes 10 million euro in revenue, just because that one video took the business and communicated and pitched it to the perfect customer with the perfect pain points in the absolute perfect sales psychologically optimized way. And this video made all the revenue. And of course, 3-5 years ago, these videos were actually crafted by humans, actually written by me or by one of my team members. Now we just let ChatGPT write these ads or these scripts or these pages or these whatever retargeting angles, and they are just as good. With the good briefing and the good strategies and all the stuff that I teach you here, the only different thing is that ChatGPT never has a writer's block, which makes it just so much more productive and efficient, and it's just so amazing. Iteration and feedback loops, very important to highlight what you like, highlight what you don't like, and give most of the time giving real examples of other styles and tones that you like is the best way to let it just draw all the information that it needs from a really good Facebook ad that you already have, or a really good page that you already have, and go from there. Within one primed conversation, results and the responses get better over time because it takes all the existing information, holds it as priming as long as it's not too long. If it's too long, messy, complicated information all in one conversation, it starts to break down and lose some of that stuff, and it might lose very relevant information because, again, ChatGPT doesn't know which of your information is relevant and which is not. So it's kind of random what informations start to lose, what information it loses, and what information it tries to hold on to. See you in the next video.